before I be precise with the question.
Okay.
What is your position on the unfederal Federal Reserve System regarding eliminating it or at the very least auditing it?
I support the audit. I support changing the mission of the Fed from both controlling unemployment as well as stable currency and getting rid of the unemployment contingent. It should be just focused on stable currency.
You know, many people resent this private banking cartel continuing the large bank bailouts and replacement of the currency. Would you support a return to a constitutional money system?
Well, I think this is a constitutional money system. The question
is a private organization that has nothing to do with the federal government.
But it's overseen by the federal government, and the federal government appoint the members to run it.
They have independence. The Federal Reserve is not.
Well, the reason that we have independence is that we don't have a politicized money system. That we don't have the Treasury and the President running the money supply in this country. Would you want President Obama running the money supply in this country?
No, I'd like a constitutional money system.
Well, but someone has to run it.
Well, that could be a federal system.
Well, but it's either a federal... Well, hold on, but it's either going to be a federal system where the government runs it, or it's going to be outside the government. If the government runs it, maybe the President runs it. I don't want the President running the money supply.
Well, it's a constitutional system.
But the constitutional system says someone's got to run it. The Constitution can't run anything. People have to run it.
That's true, but still, I mean...
Well, so that's where you have to make a decision. Do you want the politicians running it, or do you want a separate board running it?
Well, if it was according to the Constitution...
It is according to the Constitution. The Federal Reserve has delegated the authority from Congress. Congress oversees it with appointments as well as the President. But it's not under the control of the President. That was the whole idea. They set it up separately.
But in 1913, they snuck that Fed in illegally because the Constitution requires the government issue the
Congress delegates that to the Federal Reserve. It's a congressional act that delegated.
That was the Constitution, that delegation.
No, actually it was.
That's the whole issue, the whole...
Well, I mean,
I'm not going to argue with you about it, but I mean...
No, but the Constitution allows the Congress to manage the money supply, and they've given this responsibility to this particular organization. That's certainly, it's within the purview of the Congress to do that.
You feel like that's why the dollar's lost 95% of its value since 19...
Well, the dollar would be losing its value in one way or another depending on inflation. I mean, it's always losing its value.
That's where the inflation comes from, it's printing the money.
Well, that's not necessarily where it comes from. Even when we had a gold standard, the dollar lost its money. It always loses money. You always want some inflation. As a result, there's always going to be a loss of money. You don't want deflation.
Right.
So, well, but you have to have some little inflation, otherwise the economy stagnates.
We need sound money.
I agree with that.
We're going to work our way right out.
Thank you. Good to see you. Oh, I saw you already.